Welcome to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you'll hear about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Now, let's join your hosts, Spivvy Williams and Terrible T Guy.
All right, guys, welcome to the next edition of Event Radio. Boy, I tell you what, T, we've been doing a lot of fun, bringing back a lot of memories, and we're back. This boy, if there ever was one that's deja vu, today's going to be it.
Actually, Spiv, it's kind of where our friendship started.
Exactly.
Over 50 years ago.
Exactly, guys.
That makes you old.
We are at Beech Bend Park and Splash Lagoon, and we're going to bring you a very, very special show. Number one, of course, they are one of our sponsors, and we think more of them than fried pie. But we're going to
saying a lot right there.
Yeah, as good as we eat. I guess you're right. But we're going to have a big time. We're going to meet a bunch of kids that are running the, I guess you'd call the Bonneville Salt Flats of the
on a hill
of the Soapbox Derby. Some really neat kids that are coming out here to play in between their eliminations day. And we're going to meet a bunch of the superstars at the park. We're going to meet, hopefully, Mr. Dinky Gowan, which is the magician here at the park. And hopefully he won't make our golf cart disappear.
It'd be a long walk back, wouldn't
My
it?
wife would be happy with him if he'd make about 20 pounds go away from me. But, you know, I'm not sure he can do that. But we may ask him and see.
Just see how good he really is.
Yeah, we think he's good, but we're not sure. But this show is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to meet a lot of really neat, interesting people. And of course, T and I are going to get to reminisce a bunch because we grew up here. You know, this is where
About every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, and this is where it all started for us. This is, I guess, we actually met each other at the go-kart races
Probably
here, maybe.
did. Was 8 years old.
Yeah, my parents would bring us our bicycles out here and turn us loose, and we would ride all over this place just for the whole day. We'd swim in the pool. We'd have all the fun stuff that Beech Bend has to offer. We would do that, and boy, what is it? It's a long way from Kansas now, ain't it,
Beech
buddy?
Bend kind of, they was a babysitting us, I guess you would say.
Yeah, but she's a long way from Kansas now. Boy, this place is actually beautiful. Mr. Dallas Jones and family have taken this thing. Of course, number one, the best racetrack in the world. I mean, there is no better than Beech Bend Raceway. But
one of the best theme parks in the United States.
Right, they've got the theme park now where it is just so cool, so neat, clean as a pin, and just, man, family fun days every day. And, man, it's just really, really cool. We're going to take a real quick sponsor break, guys, and we're going to get with the program, and we're going to start out a show that actually is going to be a blast. We hope you enjoy it. Shall we ride, T?
Let's ride.
All right, we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we're actually going to block traffic for a minute, and we actually stopped the fella in the golf cart, and we think that probably we can get by with this without him getting in any trouble. You know, because we've actually just stopped right in the middle of everything. But we get to talk to my good buddy and the gentleman who, this is his show, the one and only Mr. Dallas Jones. My friend, how are you?
Spivvy, I am doing better, feel great. With this weather that we're having, we can't keep from feeling great.
Well, I tell you what, you got a bunch of happy folks running around here. We sat at the gate watching them come in. And, man, these little kids, I can see why you have fun out here riding around.
You're doing the same thing.
Well, yeah, we're grinning about as much as they are.
They start smiling before they get in the gate.
Yeah,
oh,
boy.
They're excited, you know.
Yeah.
And that must be pretty cool because I know you deal with hundreds of thousands of people every year with the racetracks and all the stuff you got your fingers in. And to watch these kids at this park, man, that's got to make you feel pretty good.
It does. It makes you feel real good when you know that you're making somebody happy. You know, I like to see a happy person. And for the most part, even at the racetracks, they're happy. Here in the park, I don't see very many unhappy people.
Well, there's not much reason to be unhappy here, buddy, because all the fun stuff is here. You know, we have done a bunch of shows since we've been here last, and just about everybody that we talk to at any of the racetracks or anything else, Beech Bend is the comparison. If we could just be that good, then we'd be happy. So that too should make you feel pretty good.
It sure does.
Well, you're the standard that's judged by. So, you know, I mean, guys, this place is ultra cool. It's fun. Everywhere you go is fun, and man, the people are just so nice to you, and it's just great.
They appreciate your business.
Yeah. Tell me a little. We're going to cover the bottom bulb race tomorrow at Beech here, of course, at your racetrack. I don't understand all of that. Tell me a little about that, will you?
Spivvy, you know, everything goes around in a circle. Years ago, you couldn't buy fruit jars because everybody was canning and fruit jars were short.
Okay.
Well, years ago, we had foot brake racing, but we didn't have delay box racing. We had foot brake was the only thing we knew.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then all of the new electronics come in, and we got our delay boxes and got all the delay cars and boxes. And it's pretty much full swing with the delay boxes, but the foot brake racing is coming back almost as popular now as it was 20 years ago.
Well, isn't that what made it popular to start with, Dallas?
That is what made it popular, and more drivers now are enjoying taking the electronics out of those cars and doing it the old way like we used to do it.
All right, now how do they actually still dial in and you spot them? Is that the way it works, or how does that work?
Yeah, if you got a car that runs 7 seconds and I got one run 6.5, you got a half-second difference between the dial-ins. But you got to take your foot off that brake before you can take off. You don't take your thumb and lift it off the button anymore.
And then what about it's of course it's still a breaking out on the other end. You got some that are sandbagging and all that kind of stuff.
It's the same deal. On the other end, you can run too quick or you can run dead on. You need to run dead on and do a good job on the starting line, to win a race.
Yeah, for sure.
But Luke Bugacki had that race up I-57 last week as a foot brake race, and he actually run out of room up there, and it's a pretty good-sized little racetrack. And he put on the Lemons' web page not to come because he was out of room, and sure enough, he's out of room.
Well, you ain't going to have that problem.
I don't think I have that problem because I-57 is a smaller track than Beech Bend,
but I tell you what,
I look for us to have a good crowd this weekend.
The kind of crowd you draw, if it's as big a hit as I predict it to be, you'll be out of room in a couple of years with it. You told me the last time I got to talk to you that you had 17 multi-day events here, and that was just about it, isn't it? Or is there room for some more?
Spivvy, I really don't want to add any more 3-day events because they're great for the community, they're great for Beech Bend, they're great for everybody that comes and sees them and everything else. But I got to leave enough room to have local program for local people.
I agree with you. That's most important. Important.
Those are my bread and butter. The events, the big events are nice, but I want to keep some weekends for our local racers.
Well, and they're loyal, I mean, they're here every time the gates open, and that's what it takes, to get by, I'm sure.
When I first started talking to the fellows with the Pontiac promotions, I didn't think they'd have a big crowd, but they're promoting this race like crazy. And just yesterday I talked to them, and I didn't realize there's as many Pontiacs left in the world as it is, but man, there's a lot of Pontiacs left in this world yet.
Oh yeah. Well, it's we last weekend did the Summer Nights Cruise in Somerset, and they had like 1,300 street rods and stuff at it.
That's a big deal.
Hey, that was a nice, well-run thing. We had a blast. But there again, they even compared their deal to you for the simple fact that the Hot Rod Reunion, they want to get to that point. But where I'm getting at, we had done Corvette Homecoming the week before. They had more Corvettes at the Summer Night Cruise than they had at the Homecoming thing. and it was amazing.
Well, that Somerset cruise, now I'm telling you, that's one of the bigger cruises in the country.
Oh, it was
I've
wonderful.
been there a few years ago, but it's been going on now for several years, and
14 years is what they
gets
told me.
bigger and better every year. But now that's a happening. That's an event.
Well, one of the things that brought you into the talking with it is the Tri-5 event that's coming up next year, and they're going to have a similar thing. Their last show of the year is going to be a Tri-5. And, guys, if you don't know what Tri-5 is, it's 55, 6, and 7 Chevrolets. Well, you've signed a killer deal for that, right?
That is exactly right, and that event already shows promise of another Hot Rod reunion event. It's going to be a huge event.
Well, there are a lot of people that are really fired up about that one.
About everywhere we go.
Can you
Dallas.
imagine all the people? Those 55 Chevrolets, 56 Chevrolets, and 57 Chevrolets, the three most popular GM cars ever built, and they're all going to be right here. All of them that own them and restored them and done everything else to them. They're going to build race cars out of them. There's a lot of race cars, 55, 56, 57 Chevrolets. But they're going to all be right here at Beech Bend all at one time.
Man, where else could you possibly go and see that? I mean, you can't, So you need to put that. What date in August is that?
August I'd have to go check, but it's
Okay.
August the 16th, 17th, or something like that.
Just come to Beech Bend on August the 1st and stay to the 31st, and you'll wind up catching
You'll have
it.
something.
Yeah, you won't miss it.
I tell you, August is going to turn out to, August has always been a hot month, and sometimes we don't have big crowds, but now with this bottom bulb race taking the first weekend of August and the Tri-5 taking the
Another
third week
one,
of
yeah.
August, I forget now which it is, and then the Lucas Oil race taking the next week, August is going to be a very popular month at Beech Bend.
We're just going to have to start just bringing our little golf cart out here and just leaving it. That way we don't have to tow it back and forth.
Yeah, we can put it out here in the petting zoo and let the goats sleep on it.
Well, that'd be all right, buddy. That can't be no worse to us. Do you still in love with your goats?
Listen,
You got how many you got?
I don't know, but I got a bunch of them. But I've got a problem at the petting zoo.
What's that?
I've got a couple of mama cats out there that's got babies.
Uh-oh.
And real pretty kittens, just real pretty kittens. But there's some kind of an animal getting in my petting zoo at night, and they're killing my little kittens.
Uh-oh. We better
So I
fix
got to
that.
find out what's happening.
Well, we better fix that. We'll see now.
I
If you'd have told me that,
See, I might call Peanut Gaines out here and
have him, but-
let him set up at night and watch my goats.
well, now if you had just told us last weekend at Summer Nights Cruise, they had the Mayberry deputy Barney, and he was on duty there. He actually ticketed Terry and I, and he was the funniest guy. Right? You need to have him here because he was hilarious. But now we could get Barney up there to guard that. He's got one bullet. That's all he needs.
That's all it needs.
That's all he needs is a one bullet.
One bullet.
That's right.
And it could be blank.
It wasn't. He was blank, but it wasn't blank. But it was really fun. We had a big time. Well, listen, my friend. The guy that gets, I don't know who could get on you, but there's bound to be somebody for us blocking all this traffic out here.
Listen, they're looking. They're coming by and getting their pictures taken, and they want to get on the golf cart with you.
Well, I guess they don't know whether I'm going to talk or bark. They ain't figured it out yet. But we actually are going to talk to several of your customers when they come off these rides and ask them how they like it and that kind of stuff. Terry said, I want to get you on that rumble. I said, I don't think so. I said, my buddy Dallas will ride it with you. It was funny, Terry. Dallas, that we were talking to him at another event. He said, I don't want to wear my welcome out riding that rumble because that's my favorite ride in the park. I said, how do you wear your welcome out when it's your roller coaster? Is it still your favorite?
Yeah, I like coasters, and our coaster is still one of the better coasters in the country. It's the ride's smooth, it doesn't hurt you, and when you get off of it, you're not hurting, and it's just a good feeling to ride the coaster.
Well, I tell you what, you probably make sure and test it every day for them and make sure it's okay, right?
We do.
But I mean, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
You wake
Is
up
that-
early in the morning like that, it'll wake you right up for the rest
Yeah,
of
it'd
the
break
day.
you right
won't it?
around. It's better than the morning coffee, ain't it?
It wakes you up.
Yeah, there you go. Wakes you up. Well, listen, my friend, thank you so much for spending a couple of minutes with us. We know how busy you are because you run wide open from daylight to dark, but I appreciate all the good things that you do for us on Event Radio. I appreciate you signing on as our very first sponsor because you opened the door for us to a huge deal that we keep getting bigger by the day. Our audience is growing unbelievably high. We get emails from all over the world, and it's all because you helped us, and we will never forget that. Beech Bend Park, Beech Bend Raceway, and Splash Lagoon are our favorites no matter what goes on, and we want to say thank you for everything you've done.
Well, that goes both ways, Spivey. You've always been a friend of mine way back in the old days when we used to race, and you had that funny car. I remember watching Spivey Williams run up and down the racetrack, and
it was a sight, wasn't
me
it?
a few
You did,
times.
yeah. Well, I've seen the brief
And,
encounter cards a couple of times.
You know, but it does make me feel good that we can sit around and talk about the old days like we used to have, and even days that we're having now. It's a great place then. It's a great place now, and I'm just glad to see Beech Bend doing well and come back like it has.
Well, my friend, you are the reason it has. You're the reason all these people are having a good time, and you are the reason of what little success Event Radio has had. You are the cause, and nobody appreciates you or thanks you any more than Terry and I do. We sincerely appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and I got to answer my phone now. My phone's
all right,
ringing.
you can't keep a good man slow very long, guys. He's going to run, or I guess I don't know if it's Miss Frieda or who's going to make him move because nobody else could. But we're going to get out here and ride, and we will be right back. All right, guys, we're at Beech Bend, and just right through the front gate, and we come up on our very, very special guest, the lady that we actually came out here to see, and won't be long till you'll get to see this little gal on the next reality show on TV. But she is a superstar in her own right. She is a new, soon-to-be factory driver for the Tony karts, which are probably the best European kart in the world. They're made in Italy, and they are the Ferrari of go-karting, I guess you would say. But this little young lady has a new TV series coming up, and she's our buddy, and we met her last year, and boy, she's just been rocking and rolling ever since. My pleasure to get to introduce you to Miss Savannah Fitzgerald. How are you, doll?
I'm good. How are you?
Boy, you're getting prettier in your old age.
Are you married yet?
Yeah, she's not married yet, T.
Oh,
You're all
okay.
right. How old are you now, babe?
13.
13. Boy, I bet you got boys after you everywhere. Do you?
Decently.
Huh?
Depends.
Why don't
Okay.
you put her in the hot seat?
Yeah, I
Stevie?
put her in the hot seat sitting here in front of Dad talking about all that stuff. You've been wearing them out, girl, in the go-kart, and you're here running the Soapbox Derby deal this weekend. But you've been killing them in the go-kart deal ever since we talked to you. What's the deal?
I don't know. I've just been getting more focused. I got a brand new mechanic. He's teaching me a lot of new stuff, and I'm just working my hardest, and I'm working more than ever just to go faster.
Well, I tell you what, evidently your coach is a pretty good coach. He knows his stuff.
Well, he's got a good
because
student.
he's teaching you. He's teaching you pretty well. I think we're going to have to back up. T, we're going to have to back up and let this lady out, but that's all right. We can do that, gal. Watch us back there, T-Bone. Yeah,
Come on, back.
we're at Beech Bend, guys, and we're right in the middle of everything with Miss Savannah.
Everybody's wanting to see her.
Yeah, I know. She creates a crowd everywhere she goes, but we got her first.
Oh, yeah.
Are you excited about the new deal with Tony Kart, gal?
I honestly don't know how this is going to work out yet. It's a whole different type of cart, and I think it's going to go pretty good because my tuner, he is really into Tony Kart and all the OTK carts and pretty much. So I feel like he knows what he's doing, and I feel like I can trust him with that, and that I'm going to go faster than I've ever been.
Let me ask you something. Does he ever do things that you question as a driver that you know might be better? That you say, hey, why do you want me to do that? Do you ever ask that?
Honestly, no, because he usually knows what he's talking about, and if I question it, he tells me exactly why he's doing it. So I mean,
Okay, well that's a legit question. Okay.
Savannah, when you're driving the Soapbox Derby car and say you got a real close heat going, do you tend to reach for the accelerator with your right foot or be mashing down on something like your go-kart?
No,
Not
because
yet.
on my right foot there's the brake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't need to break, do we? You know
Well,
what?
she spanked me last year good enough. She don't know what
Yeah,
a
I
break
know.
is
You
on
actually
a
had enough
Soapbox
nerve
Derby.
to try. you actually had enough nerve to try to race with this little gal. And I know you're an old pro and pretty good at it, but, boy, I tell you what, she wore you out.
Well, someday I can say Savannah Fitzgerald give me a spanking.
There you go. There you go. Well, you came to Beech Bend today, and you're in the middle of the event out here, and you came to have fun, right?
Yes, sir.
What are you looking forward to out here more than anything?
Getting out of this golf cart.
Yeah, getting out of this interview where she can go play. I understand.
Nah, I'm just looking forward to seeing all my friends and hanging out with my wonderful niece and nephew.
Yeah, they're here to join us, huh? They are they starting out in your footsteps, maybe, that you've already opened the door for, or?
Well, Dawson got my car last year and placed third, and I didn't race.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, they got to keep it in the family,
Whole family's fast.
Yeah, whole family's fast. Oh, Dad, is he making any new parts or anything, or is he just you says, hey, just make the stuff, call me later?
He's really getting a lot more business in the go-kart industry, like a lot more than we've had, and he's building a lot of new stuff for all types of go-karts. Really.
Now, you realize why he's doing this, don't you? Once you become the household name superstar, he doesn't have to pay you to endorse his products. See, he's got an alternate motive. Us old guys know how he thinks, but he's got him a built-in endorsement of the best in the world for his stuff. And you just not quite there yet, but you're in the right direction. You think that's it?
I guess so.
If anybody wants to see some cool stuff, just check out zeroera.com.
Boy, that's a fact.
I mean, it's some trick stuff.
Yeah, and it's everything.
I don't own the name, so it's Zero-Era.
All right, well, the dash is going fast, right?
That's it.
Yeah, I got it.
Zero-Era in any search engine, we come to the top.
Okay, that's cool. Well, listen, lady, we have looked forward to having you. Tell us a little bit about the TV deal. You didn't have a TV deal when we talked to you last time. Now you're going to be a TV superstar.
We made her famous, Vic.
Yeah, well, not either that or she's going to make us famous, one of the two. I'm not sure which. But tell us a little about the TV show.
I honestly can't say very much, and you have to figure it out for yourself, a lot of it, but it's going to be pretty interesting, and there's a lot of stuff going on.
I know we can't publicly announce the name of it yet. We can tell them the network it's going to be on, I think, can't we?
Yeah.
What is that?
True TV.
True TV it's going to be on. And have the doing what you do so well in front of all the TV cameras, has that been a distraction to you at all?
At times when they're kind of like, it's a very intense moment, we're rushing to get something done and they're all right there, or my dad is having a bad day and he kind of has to freak out a little bit.
You know, Savannah, that's what they got that bleep button for.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you that's going to be used.
You think Dad had got fired up on some stuff and they need to bleep him out? Is that it?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yep. All right. Well, listen, lady, today is supposed to be a fun day for you. And you don't want the old guys bugging you where you want to go ride. You're going to ride the Kentucky Rumbler roller coaster?
I guess so, sure.
Oh, well, hey, there's fun stuff here, girl. There's all kinds of fun stuff at this place to do. The Kentucky Rumbler, the Zero Gravity. Man, there's all kinds of cool rides.
Savannah, Spivey, and I met each other out here about 4 years younger than you are right now.
Yeah, we actually started racing go-karts here at 8 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, was that cool or what? And we would... When Terry's dad would race here on Sunday at the drag strip, we would come up here in this park and play as kids. But it was nowhere near this nice then. But it's cool now, right?
Yeah.
Are you excited to have fun in your day today?
I have my waterproof phone case. I'm pretty good.
Okay, all right. Good one. That's cool, young lady. Listen, we're going to cut you loose, let you go have fun. And we certainly appreciate every time you give us to spend a minute with us on Event Radio. It is always our pleasure. You are a sweetheart. T and I both are in love with you, and we wish you nothing but the best of everything the world has to offer, okay?
That's true.
Thank you.
All right, guys. The one and only, guys, Miss Savannah Fitzgerald. She's going to go ride the roller coaster, and we're going to keep on cruising. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're cruising through the park, and we run up on a gentleman with a smile wider than this golf cart, so he's got to be having fun. What is your name, sir?
My name's Ricky Clark.
Ricky, and where are you from, bud?
Shepherdsville, Kentucky.
Well, that's not far.
About an hour and a half.
It's worth coming to an hour and a half drive is well worth coming to Beech Bend, isn't it?
It is when you got a kid that wants to go, and we're going over here racing the rest of the weekend.
Well, we're going to be there tomorrow. You know, we do a lot of the races. That's what we do. So you're going to run the bottom bulb race, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you do a lot of that?
That's all I ever do.
Really? Smart racer. You're an old school guy then, you know.
Yeah, because there's no electronics at all in mine. It's all foot brake.
Buddy, that makes it a driver. Some of those other races, you might as well be sitting in the stands with a remote control car.
Amen.
You know? I mean, that's what. Well, the difference in T and I'm an old drag racer, and Terry's a ex-pro motorcycle racer. So we did it like you're doing it back years ago, and that's what's fun. You know?
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
You know, I bet you don't have many racetracks other than Beech Bend that the family enjoys coming to as much as this one, do you?
Not with this park up here now.
It's been that way for us for a long time.
Yeah, we grew up out here.
We actually grew up here. We actually met each other, and we both went on to be pro racers. I ran an alcohol funny car for years, and Terry did the Speedway motorcycle stuff. He's been on ESPN more than Captain Kangaroo. But we actually met each other at 8 years old right down there. Racing go-karts, and we would race on Friday nights. Then when Terry's dad's in the Kentucky Motorsports Hall of Fame, and when he would come back and drag race on Sunday, we'd come up here in this park and play. So we loved this place.
We took our first trip down the drag strip.
Yeah. Actually, I bet we're one up on you on the very first drag race ride, because we did it loose in the trunk of a D-gas 55 Chevy 4-speed car, ran 1050s, and we were in the trunk, and he didn't know we were in there.
Well, it beats me, but I was in a 57 Chevy that I couldn't see over the dash.
Okay. Probably back then, neither one of us wanted to see over the dash, you know. What do you race now, sir?
I have a 69 Nova.
Do you?
All right.
Well, I tell you what, we may tomorrow, of course, he's up here with the family having fun, and that's cool. That's one of the coolest things about Beech Bend is bring everybody, and everybody has a good time.
Yes, sir.
But when we get down there tomorrow, we may come over and talk to you again after you go down there and spank them real good 2 or 3 times.
Well, that's what we're hoping to do anyway.
Go take the cash to the house.
That's right.
We
Well.
aggravate you today with the family. We'll aggravate you tomorrow.
Yeah. You don't win, they ain't bringing you back to the
you
park.
really stressed out.
Well, listen, my friend, we won't keep you long because they're gonna get you. You gonna ride the roller coaster?
Done been on it.
You like it?
Oh, yeah.
Dallas Jones, that is his favorite ride in this. He's funny. We just talked to Dallas a minute ago on the radio. He said, I don't want to wear my welcome out on that thing. I said, buddy, how can you do that? You own it. You can't wear your welcome out. Listen, thank you so much.
Good luck
Thank
tomorrow.
you. Thank you for being a racer, number one. We know what kind of people those are because we've been one our whole lives. And there are no better people in this United States than racers, period, of any kind. I don't care. You look at your pro ball players, you look at all those guys, they're a bunch of thugs. And the racers are good guys and great role models. And just like we met this gentleman out here having fun with his family, that's the way it works.
Yes, sir, I agree.
All right. Thank you so much, my friend, for being on Event Radio. We're going to stab and steer, guys, have a little more fun. We might even get tea on the Kentucky rum before the day's over. We'll have to see. Hang in there. You're on Event Radio. We will be right back. All right, guys, we have just witnessed the actual coolest show here at Beech Bend, the Wild Bill Hiccup Show, and we have Wild Bill himself joining us. I don't know how long we got to give Daredevil Dan a little bit of a break because he did everything short of jumping over this building. So, but Wild Bill Hiccup, Bill, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be here on eventradiolive.com.
Hey, buddy, it's a pleasure to have you. How many shows you do a day at Beech Bend?
Oh, goodness. We start out as soon as the season opens. We do about 3 shows a day. The show is dark on Tuesdays. Of course, got to give the Daredevil and everyone a rest. But by the end of the season, we do about 255 of these Wild West shows.
Well, I tell you what, buddy, it's entertaining, it's fun, and you keep the audience jumping all the way through, and that's a fun deal when you come, especially when you come to a theme park. You get to sit down and rest a few minutes, and you guys entertain them. I think that's great.
Yeah, we love doing it. It is a labor of love, and we've got something unique here at Beech Bend Park at Splash Lagoon with the Wild West Show. It's a magic comedy stunt show that involves a lot of cast and crew. We've got explosions, we've got stunts, we've got jokes, we've got a nice little set and everything. So along with the Dinky Goins Magic Show and the live Beech Bend Blitz game show on Saturday nights, we've got a lot of entertainment right here at the WBKO Entertainment Stage.
Well, we know Dinky quite well and have known him for years, and we're going to get him on here. But we appreciate you taking a couple of minutes to give us a little quick interview. You can't keep the stars around very long because you guys are in great demand.
Well, it is an ensemble cast, but what makes it worth it is the the children, of course, they have a lot of fun,
Oh,
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
especially on the days when it gets about 95, 100, and you're having to run around and jump and stuff. It still makes it fun, even though you do it 3 times a day.
Well, we're going to talk to the guy that does the jumping around. Boy, if I could just do 1/3 of what he did, I'd be down there. Weight Watchers could forget me, because he
Same
does,
here.
He
Same
does
here, my
great.
friend.
Thank you, sir, for being on Event Radio. We're going to get the wild and crazy number 3 stunt man in the world,
Dangerous Dan.
Dangerous Dan,
Daredevil Dan.
Daredevil Dan.
Daredevil.
We'll
That's
get it
right.
right. But the number 3 stunt man in the world.
I'll
is
do it.
gonna-
I'll do it as well. But ladies and gentlemen, the 3rd best in all the West. It's Daredevil Dan.
All right. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put your headset on Daredevil Dan. Now, don't be doing anything exciting and jump out of the golf cart at 100 mile an hour or anything like that, buddy.
Well, if you can go 120 miles per hour, that seems more my style.
Well, we
but
can take some of that dynamite and put under here, and we can get you right out there. I tell you what, you are the most active performer, buddy, that I have seen in a while. You do a great job with your role.
Well, it's part of being young and being ADHD. I just have so much energy to burn off, and this is a great outlet to actually have a chance to burn off all this energy, because in school I would always get in trouble. Get in trouble for being
Now you get to
energetic.
you get to act wild and crazy and get paid
Oh, yeah.
for it, boy.
Oh, yeah.
See that they didn't teach. They taught you some good stuff in school. You figured
Oh,
it
yeah.
out. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Do you enjoy doing this, bud?
Oh, absolutely. Every part of it. At the end of the day, my body's banged up. It's
I bet.
bruised. But despite all that, just seeing the audience and seeing how much they're laughing and enjoying it, and just it's a show that they can be a part of, and they can feel what we feel on stage. And despite the stuff I'm feeling may be a little bit painful, I feel like they enjoy it.
Well, I tell you what, I guess it's a pretty good honor to be the number 3 stunt man in the world.
Well,
you know?
thank you. Thank you.
You know, I think that's a pretty cool honor.
I'm starting to think I'm working my way up there to second best. But
Are you really?
Yeah. I get shot out of a cannon 3 times a day. I think I deserve the title of second best.
You got to be in pretty good shape.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
you got to be pretty good, guys. That's all I can say. It's an excellent show, guys, at Beech Bend. Make sure when you come to Beech Bend Park, you always come and see the Wild Bill Hickok show. You will be entertained from the time you sit down until it's over. And man, these guys put their heart in it. They work really hard. And buddy, you got another show to do, so we're going to let you rest and go get the. I guess we're going to give you the cold packs and the Mercurochrome and the bandages and everything
some.
you need to be the number 3 best stuntman in the world.
Yes, sir. And
Thank you.
also, you can't forget, I'm also a magician right here at Beech Bend Park. We also have a magic show right after the Wild West show.
Right,
that you
we
can
know
sit
Dinky,
enjoy.
and we're going to talk to him in just
Yes,
a minute.
sir. Yes,
and
sir.
because he's been doing that a long time.
Oh, yes. Oh,
very
yes.
much. But we appreciate you taking. First of all, we appreciate you entertaining us. That
Oh,
was
thank
fun.
you, thank you.
Yeah, you and Wild Bill and the young lady, and of course the sheriff. We stay away from the sheriff.
You
know,
should.
we don't want to. We know where
fought the law,
we
the law
actually
won.
we actually went to a show last week, and we actually got arrested by One Bullet Barney.
Really?
Yes, and he
Wow.
was a blast. He was fun, but so he has broke us from doing the sheriff, so we don't do that anymore.
Nice.
But thank you so much for being on
Thank
Event
you.
Radio. It's been our pleasure to have you, and we're going to stab and steer, guys. No telling what else we'll get into at Beech Bend Park, but hang in there with us. Thanks for being on Event Radio, and don't go anywhere. All right, guys, we are back, and we have a gentleman that I've known for years, and if you ever want to be amazed and you think you got magic figured out, if you will come and meet my guest, you'll just know how dumb you are, because he amazes you every time, and he does the magic show at Beech Bend, the one and only Mr. Dinky Gowan.
Well,
How
thank
are
you very much.
sir?
I am doing fantastic. And you?
I'm doing great. You hadn't made our golf cart disappear or nothing, so
Not yet, but you never know.
yeah, you never know.
It could happen.
So far, it's been cool. We've been able to go out and do some stuff. But T and I both were sweating and coming to Beech Bend. I said, I know Dinky pretty good. I said, I'm a little scared on what he can do to us.
You
know?
never know what's going to happen in this magic show.
You've been in this magic deal for a long time.
Oh, man, I've been doing it ever since I was 6 years old.
And you're an old guy like
I'm
me.
an old guy. That's exactly right. You're exactly right. Feel it every day when I get out of that bed.
Who was your mentor? Everybody's got a mentor in magic that's into it.
Yeah, you know what? When I started magic real early, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, so it was a very easy path to me because I knew exactly what I wanted to do in life. When I was a kid, Presto the Clown. Did you ever hear Presto the Clown?
No, I didn't
when
know
was a
that
kid?
one. That's a new one.
He was
most
out-
everybody says Houdini, or they say,
No,
Presto
right?
the Clown.
Presto
buddy.
the Clown. That's what got me interested in magic. And then when I hit about the 10-year-old mark, a magician was coming onto the scene that was new to magic, Doug Henning. You remember Doug Henning?
Sure, of
Absolutely.
course.
Fantastic magician, yeah.
Now, I'm going to interrupt you. I saw Susie and I went to what's the little place down there, Susie, in Mississippi, Tunica, and we saw a guy named Brett Daniels.
Yeah, Brett Daniels. Yeah, I've seen Brett a couple times. Sure,
Now,
I've met
he
Brett.
did. Of course, I know better than to ask magicians the secret, but now he absolutely amazed me, and he made a jet appear on the stage.
I remember.
Okay?
I've seen Brett do that. I sure have. Yeah.
Okay, and I mean, I'm sure you know how that was done, and that's cool. But that he actually beat on that thing with a bat, and it was metal. Okay, I mean, it wasn't a hologram. It wasn't it was an actual metal structure. And I don't know if it was a jet or not, but it looked like it. I actually, after that show, I went around to the back of that casino looking for a door big enough to get that thing in.
That's great.
And he was really a master. And I've been fortunate. I've been to Vegas. I've seen a bunch of them out there. But, buddy, you put on a great show.
Well, I appreciate that. We try really hard. We work really hard. We've got a fantastic crew. So it's just not all me. That crew really helps out. So.
Yeah, but, buddy, you don't get a ship to port without a good captain now.
That's right. That's exactly right. I appreciate
and you
that.
are the man.
You're
when
a
it comes
good.
to, I think the very first time I met you, you were at Cave City doing the mountain deal up there.
Guntown Mountain. I was at Guntown Mountain for close to 9 years.
Were you really?
Yeah. So it was one of those things. You ever heard the old saying, you got to find a place to be bad?
Yeah.
That was great. Because, an amusement
But you
park.
weren't bad. That's what was good. You were actually very good,
Well, Guntown Mountain was a fantastic learning experience for me because we did so many shows in repetition. I got to work on stage with a crew, and it was a fantastic experience for me. And Beech Bend has been wonderful. This is fantastic.
Oh, lots of people here. Tons of people, yeah. And how much nicer people than the folks at Beech Bend. I mean, Miss Charlotte and all that.
Oh, man, fantastic.
You can't ask for anybody.
That's exactly right. Family-owned park, family fun, and it's a good time every day right here at Beech Bend Park.
Has there ever been a trick out there that Dinky can't figure out?
You know what? I don't think so. I think I have figured out most things that I wanted to. Everything has a different concept of how it works, but I really can't think of anything that I haven't figured out.
I mean, maybe something you've seen somebody else do that, I have one more that just blows me away, and I don't know. And I'm trying to sit here and talk long enough to remember his name, but he's from Louisville and he's at Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lance Burton.
Lance Burton, exactly.
Yeah, Lance. Yeah, I've done a lot of shows with Lance when probably about 15 years ago. So I met Lance. He's from actually Columbia, Kentucky.
I thought it was Louisville.
Yeah,
but
he actually went to school in Columbia, but his family. I went to school in Louisville, but his family was from Columbia, Kentucky.
Well, now he did a thing in his Vegas show that just blew me away. And I paid a lot of attention because it was a Corvette. And us being from here,
Absolutely.
The Corvettes are sort of important. He actually drove a Corvette out on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Then he did his Back to the Future routine by making it raise up the
Levitates.
wheels. He levitates the Corvette. The wheels fold up from under, and he flies that dude over the audience.
Isn't that the coolest thing you've ever seen?
Yeah. I was blown away.
Should have got him. We got them Corvettes out of the museum.
Yeah, they could have just brought. Well, they could have come and got you, and you could have just levitated them out of the hole.
Right out of that hole.
See, they weren't thinking.
That's right. For the Corvette Museum, I think that worked out well, though, didn't it?
Yeah, I believe it did. yeah. They probably are out there with picks and shovels digging another one.
That's right. That's
They're going to dig
right.
one over to Motorsports Park now. But all kidding aside, they could have come and got you. And as good a magician as you are, you could have just levitated over.
Hey, we could have done something anyway. That's exactly right. That's fantastic. But yeah, Lance, I've done a lot of shows with Lance. I got to know Lance. He's a fantastic person. He's retired now.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. And really, guys, it's good for him, but bad for the world.
That's right.
Because he was a great showman. I mean, he put on one heck of a show.
And right here from Kentucky.
Yes, sir. Buddy.
That's right. Now, have you ever heard of Mike King? You know Mike?
No.
Mike's out of Harris. Mike is from Louisville, too.
Oh, no, I don't know him.
Mike's done very well, too, yeah.
Well, I've always been a huge fan of magic. I think it's so great. And to watch the little kids' eyes I mean, you've turned into Santa Claus right there.
Oh, that's the best part.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But it's such a thrill and such a pleasure for Terry and I to get to bring event radio to Beech Bend. We stay on the road going a lot to a lot of different places, but to get a day to come out here and actually get to talk to you guys. You got a show coming up in about 10 minutes, and we certainly don't want to slow things down there because we're going to sit here and watch you, buddy.
Hey, fabulous. I appreciate that.
You know, there is nobody better, guys. The one and only Mr. Dinky Gowan, thank you for being on Event Radio. We enjoy watching you every time we see you. And guys, no matter if you're listening in Los Angeles, New York, wherever you are, if you ever get within 100 miles of Bowling Green and Beech Bend, if you don't like roller coasters, if you don't like rides, and you don't like water parks, which I can't imagine you not liking any of that stuff, the actual price of admission is worth it to come in here and watch Dinky's show. So, we appreciate you being on Event Radio, my friend.
I appreciate you having me.
Have a great day, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy.
All right. We'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we are back from Beech Bend. We just witnessed the magic show, Mr. Dinky Gowan, my old buddy, and we find the absolute prettiest assistant going there that we meet her. What is your name, ma'am?
Oh, my name is Adrian Phoenix.
Adrian, I tell you what, gal, you give a whole new meaning to one hot gal.
Thank you so much.
Well, you did the fire deal. I went and you can sort of explain to our listeners what you did. It's cool. I mean, I don't know.
No, it was hot.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah,
there
it's hot.
Go. This is actually, guys. She does the eating the fire and the lighting the fire with. I mean, you tell us, what is it?
Well, actually, what I do, I eat fire. Well, it's not actually eating fire. It's orally extinguishing fire. So I just put it out inside my mouth. You can't actually swallow fire. It would kill you.
Yeah, well, we figured that out.
So,
I tell you what, this was a very, very entertaining show.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. And it was funny because you guys sell some magic, I guess, tricks after the show.
Yes, we do.
And Terry's watched this whole show, and of course he watched your last illusion. And he said, "Forget them tricks. I want one of them blankets to make a pretty girl like that appear."
Oh, if only it were that easy, right?
I'd buy a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Me too.
Terry, do you think you could do that? I tell you what, I'd like to see. You reckon she could put you in that box with all those swords?
I'd follow her anywhere, baby.
How long you been doing this, lady?
Well, I've been in magic for about 10 years. I was interested when I was a kid, of course, but I've been performing with Dinky for 10 years now, and I've been doing fire performances for about 4 years. It's taken quite a while. There's a lot that goes into eating fire, actually. I do many vapor tricks, and it requires different fuels, different torches. It's a whole other art.
I'm sure it is. And you got a flat. Guys, one thing we want to express to you that I'm sure that they will tell you, too. When you come to watch this, there's a new thing going on the Internet called the Fire Challenge. And we certainly don't want you trying any of this stuff. This lady is a trained professional. She knows what she's doing. And trust me, just because she makes it look easy, that stuff will hurt you.
It's absolutely right. As you can see on you folks listening can't see, but I have scars from the fire. I get burned every show. They're small little burns, but I've gotten injured very bad. And many of my friends that do this, as I said, I was trained, so I know a lot of people in the fire performing arts. And it's so dangerous, especially, breathing fire and just putting fire in your mouth or on your body in general. It's really dangerous. It is an element, and, elements can only be manipulated. They can't be controlled, right?
Oh, you got that right. I don't know. You did a pretty good job of controlling it to us. Terry, what do you think about this gal, huh?
She's something else, I tell you. Gives a whole new meaning to heartburn.
Yeah, there you go. A big meaning to heartburn. Well, listen, lady, we won't detain you because you entertained us to the max, and we wanted to tell you how much we enjoyed it.
Probably wants to drink some cold water.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what. She must have a theme song. Come on, baby, light my fire.
I love the Doors.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for taking a minute to be on Event Radio. We appreciate it. Dinky has been our buddy for a long, long time. And, we have a tremendous amount of fun. And you guys, do one great job entertaining the people.
Well, thank you so much. It's been an honor to be on the show with you. Thank you so much for having me.
We really enjoyed it, Gail. Guys, we're going to stab and steer. We have had a absolute blast on our day at Beech Bend here, and we hope we've gotten to introduce you to some really cool people and the people that actually make all this entertainment what it is. And if you get anywhere close and you don't come out and see especially see Dinky and this lovely lady's magic show.
That's worth the trip right there.
Hey, that's worth the price of admission to the park, guys.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to stab and steer, and we will be right back. All right, guys, we have made it around to the zero gravity ride that our guys, Miss Susie and T, you went on it. Was that fun or what?
Wow, that was a ball. I believe we got a crash dummy here with us to help us.
What is your? We've got a guy joining us that was on the ride.
My name's Dustin Jackson.
Dustin, where are you from, my friend?
Indiana.
What part of Indiana, buddy?
Pekin, Indiana.
Pekin, where's that?
20 miles from Louisville. 30.
Oh, okay, that's cool. You having fun at Beech Bend? Are you here with a group, or are you?
Yeah, my mom and my dad. It's a blast here.
Having fun, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
What you think about that ride there?
Scary.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Did you think it was not going to stop?
No, I thought it was going to stop. I wasn't sure, though.
You didn't know how quick, did we?
Yeah.
What's your favorite ride at the park, bud?
This one right here.
You like this one better?
Zero G.
You like it better than the Rumbler and stuff?
Yeah, the Rumbler's awesome, though. Yeah,
you like it too, huh? What's your favorite thing at Beech Bend?
The pool.
The pool?
Yeah.
I don't blame you, buddy.
The scenery's a lot better there, isn't it?
Yeah, the pretty girls at the pool aren't too bad, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, what do you say? You're a football player, is that right?
Yeah.
Where do you play?
Eastern High School.
Oh, okay. You all the champs up there? Are you or what?
We're okay.
Are you?
Yeah, okay. Huh?
Good win-loss record and all that stuff?
Yeah.
What position you play?
Linebacker.
All right, I can see that.
Oh, that's good. They're all wanting after you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right, buddy. Listen, we appreciate you being on Event Radio. We want to stop and talk to a lot of the people that are coming to Beech Bend and having fun and that kind of thing. And we appreciate you taking a couple of minutes. You had your pretty girl ride on there with you. What was the deal there?
I don't know. She just sat beside me.
Oh, you didn't know her?
You got him talking on his radio show, Spivvy.
Yeah,
she left.
Yeah, she run off and left. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to cut you loose so you can run and find her because she was a pretty good-looking gal.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend, for being on Event Radio. Guys,
thank you.
We're having a blast at Beech Bend. You're on Event Radio, and we just have too much fun. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we always seem to be able to save the best for last, and it is our pleasure to introduce you to the true First Lady of Beech Bend, the one and only Miss Charlotte Gonzalez. Miss Charlotte, you have been one busy lady all day long.
Yeah, I've been real busy today, Spivvy. These Thursdays are my day to take on more management roles than I normally do, so I've been real busy today.
You have to do it all on Thursday.
I do a lot on Thursday.
Well, I tell you what, we have met so many people having so much fun here. Man, it's just unreal. That's got to be rewarding. I know the work is tremendously hard, but that's got to be a reward to you.
Spivvy, it's hard work. And sometimes it's frustrating work when you employees call out sick and whatnot, but it's very rewarding. If my heart wasn't in it, I wouldn't be here.
I know.
Truly makes me just feel good. I mean, I truly can say I love my job.
Well, and then, of course, on top of that, you and Rick have to run a drag strip on top of that, too. And then you got a big race coming in here tomorrow that we talked to your dad about. By the way, guys, don't let the Gonzalez fool you. She is actually Mrs. Dallas Jones Jr. at heart, you know. But this is Dallas's lovely daughter. And, man, you guys just do a super job. I don't know how you handle all the people.
You know, we just do our best. You try to have good people in place and good managers in place. And, you know, if everybody does their little piece of the pie, then it all comes together really well. It's when you get, you know, days where you have people that called out or somebody's sick and has to go home, that things get a little hectic. But we do our best to stay on top of all of it and make our guests happy. That's my only goal.
Everybody we've seen's had a grin on their face. So.
Yeah, they've all been having a good time. Let me ask you something. What is a season pass cost to come to Beech Bend?
Right now they're $109.99.
Okay.
Which makes it a little more than $1 a day for fun.
Now is that everything? Is that water park and is that all the stuff really?
That includes everything in the park, Spivvy. all the rides, the water park, the entertainment. We got 2 great shows in the park, and our petting farm. The only thing not included in our season pass is the go-kart ride.
Okay.
And the games, like where you pay to win a prize.
Yeah, where you win stuff. Sure. Well, that's understandable. But you can come out here and splash around every day if you want to. And so that means T and I could actually quit showering and come out here and.
I tell you what, especially if you're within an hour of us, a season pass is an awesome deal. I was looking through some of our records the other day, and one season pass holder through Tuesday of this week had been to the park 32 times. Now, you do the math.
Yeah.
She paid $99 for that season pass because she bought it last year before Christmas.
Yeah.
That works out to about $3 a visit, and you just can't get entertainment like this for a whole day for $3.
That's almost as cheap as our commercials on this radio show. You know what? we get down and dirty there, too, every once in a while.
But I think I'm a whole lot more fun.
Oh, hey, I ain't no doubt about it. And a whole lot more fun to talk to. I know. What's Charlotte's favorite ride? Is it the Rumbler?
Yeah, the Rumbler has got to be my number 1 favorite ride.
Okay,
but
all right.
Very closely following, though, I love the Sea Dragon, the Michael Jackson ride we brought in, and also the new Vortex ride we put in last year is right up there in my top 3.
Oh, I know. We've been watching, and of course the G-Force ride where you drop from 1,000,000 miles in the sky. There's been a lot of people really enjoying that.
That's a very popular ride as well.
We've been having a lot of fun here. We I'm a chicken. I hadn't done any of it, but I sure have watched them do it. And boy, it's just so neat. Well,
we need to put you on that zero-G tall ride and
dearie,
drop you with the microphone on.
No. We went to Florida last winter, and I was scared to death on the 7th floor of the hotel. No, I ain't going on no. No. A guy asked me to go skydiving. I said, let me explain something to you. Number one, it would be really hard-pressed to get me in an airplane with you. If you did do that, then there's no way in the world you'd ever get me out of it. So
not a good airplane anyway.
No, it'd have to be a real slug to get me. Everything at Beech Bend, guys, if you can't find entertainment here and if you can't find fun stuff here, there must be something wrong with you, because they've got the campground with 500 campsites in it. They've got the world-class racing facility that there's something going on all the time. And your family will love you, especially if you're a racer, to come here because they get to come up in the park and have fun. How much better could it possibly be than that?
We got something for everybody.
There you go. Well, I promised that I would stay way away from Dinky because he said he was going to make our golf cart disappear. But instead he just ran us off and he said, I'm going to make all of you disappear.
I've been trying to get him to cut me in half, but
I told him, I said, buddy, I tell you what, my wife would love you if you could just make about 25 pounds, leave me. He hadn't figured that. He said, no, I'm just going to make all of you go. And I said, well, she might like that too, You never know. Charlotte, thank you so much. I know how busy you are, and to get you to take a couple of minutes and be with us is truly a treat. We love just seeing you to start with, but to slow you down and get you to tell us a little bit about what your little passion here, man, that's cool. That's great.
Well, thank you, Spivvy. I've enjoyed talking with you.
We've had a ton of fun, guys. We're going to get out here, and we're going to let Miss Charlotte go back to work. Otherwise, somebody's going to her radio will go on fire over here in a minute because they're yelling at her every 2 minutes. But we're going to take a little quick break, and T and I will be back to close out our day at Beech Bend Park in Splash Lagoon. Been a great day. We've had a ball. Don't go anywhere. You're on Event Radio, and we will be right back. Okay, guys. Well, boy, what a day at Beech Bend. Was this fun, T-Bone, or what?
I'll tell you what, baby, this place is too cool. I mean, and to think about, 50-some years ago, we was out here doing the same thing.
And it's
pretty doggone cool.
And just think about how many people this place has made happy in the 50 years.
Oh, the smiles on these kids here today. Not only the kids, the grown-ups. I mean, it's just really neat.
Yeah, and all the other stuff that they didn't have when we were here. The magic show. What about Dinky? Is he good or what?
He's all right now.
I'll tell you. And the Wild West show, the third best. Third best stunt man in the world? That was pretty funny. Needless to say, guys, that is a comedy show, and it's pretty funny. But there's just a lot of cool things. We concentrate with our part of the little world of Beech Bend being at the racetrack, and that's where we
see a lot
spend
of
most
this,
of our time. Yeah, we don't get to see a lot of this, and to get to come and spend a day in the park and go see all the fun stuff and get a chance to meet some of the really fun characters and the people that do this every day for a living, and it's just neat. Now that's all you can say. It's just neat.
Neater than pockets on a shirt, as you say.
There you go. There you go. I don't know. And what about now? Tell me something. You and Susie rode a Kentucky Rumbler.
Yep, liked it.
Did you like it? Was it
liked
fun?
It was a large amount of fun. I hope Susie had as good a time as I did because we were both screaming.
Was she screaming?
I was screaming louder, I think.
Oh, you were screaming for her? Is
Yeah,
that it?
yeah.
Is that it? Oh, okay. All right.
It is what is the biggest wooden roller coaster in the country?
Or something like that. I don't
It's,
know. It's a.
We was questioning the wood walking up the steps. You know, I mean, heck, they used to make boats out of wood, but they don't do that anymore.
Well, yeah. I mean, they figured out there might be a better way.
I think it's for the smoothness of the ride, but then it was well worth it. Very good.
Yeah. And then you did that G-force, that drop thing.
I left my mark in that seat. I left my spot.
You won't have to mark your territory on that
Uh-huh.
one. Well, I tell you what, guys, this has been a fun day. We've had a big time at Beech Bend Park and Splash Lagoon. They are one of our sponsors. We love them to death. We can never say enough good about them. And you know, like we always do, we do never end a show without acknowledging the great sponsors that we have and letting them know just how much we appreciate them. Our sponsor list, of course, is Beech Bend Raceway, Beech Bend Park, and Splash Lagoon.
Quick Fuel, Final Finish.
The Gearhead Gazette magazine, guys, the #1 car guy magazine on the internet, where you can go gearheadgazette.com and find whatever you need to find. And, of course, our latest edition, the nice folks at Holly Performance. If you can't find something for your hot rod at all the products that Holly sells,
You ain't got a hot rod.
you ain't got a hot rod or you ain't looking. Guys, thank you for joining us on the Beech Bend Park Splash Lagoon show. We're going to get out of here and go stab and steer and see what else we could get into. I don't know exactly where we're going to join you from next, but we hope you will enjoy it.
We'll be live.
We'll be live. We'll be back, guys. See ya.
You've been listening to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you heard about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Join us next time with your hosts, Spivey Williams and Terrible T Guy.